Here is a Smith's Sectric electric clock. Very old, still working. Age probably pre or immediate post-war. The true survivor. Let's take a closer look. There would have been thousands, tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of these things made. Sweep second hand, very easy to read. It dates from that time, mid-20th century, when they put a lot of thought into the design of things and they just got it spot on, really. Something as simple as a clock, you know, as simple as this, is very aesthetically pleasing. Runs quite silently, there's no noise from the movement, although they can be a bit temperamental, although we can excuse that given the age of the things. It's got this lovely brown mottled Bakelite case. That might be the original lead. This clear plastic covered wire, and that goes down to the plug it came with. That's just an ordinary 3-pin plug, although that's old as well, and it operates on 240 volts. That's UK mains voltage. It keeps very good time. Now, the advantages over a mechanical clock are obvious with these. So they were very popular when they were introduced, because it meant you don't have to wind them, and they also keep very good time. And indeed, I don't think there's a provision to regulate the time on these Sectric movements. So for offices, schools, etc., where the clock might be mounted high up on a wall, which would have been difficult to reach, to wind up every 8 days or so, or every week, all you had to have was access to a power socket. Take off your power, and then the clock's up there, and that would run, well, indefinitely. This is the knob to set the hands, and pushing that up and turning it sets the hands and also starts the movement. So after any power cut, the clock will stop. It will not start running again until this knob is depressed inwards and the hands set. It was made, of course, by Smith's, the Smith's clock division of the giant Smith's Industries combine, who made all sorts of time recording equipment, time switches, and the other arms of the business made lots of things like car speedometers, instruments, electrical instruments, all sorts of things, all long gone, of course, but it's reassuring that the quality of these things was such that even now, in the year 2021, things like these clocks are still working, keeping perfect time. Now, with it being an electric clock, as I mentioned, the socket, that's all you need to take the power off. There were such things as clock sockets. Now, these weren't ordinary wall sockets like that. They weren't the conventional 3-pin outlets, but they were rather, I can show you these pictures. This is what I found in an old mill, and I noticed the clock socket was there on the wall, which is a very rare survivor because I've never seen one before. So just a close up there, and you can see, you might be able to make that out. That says Wilex, who were a famous quality maker of electrical fittings. Wilex clock connector. So in this mill, which is fortunately preserved and open to the public on occasions throughout the year, there would have been a clock here in the engine room connected to that, and it would have been a clock very much like this. So there we have it, Smith's Sectric clock. Very easy to read at a glance, which is essential for time. Very clear to read. There's no mistake in the hands, the minute hand and the hour hand. You can't mistake those, confuse them for one another. And the second hand, lovely sweep second hand, has this big ball on the end. As I say, they really put a lot of thought into designing these things. So that's it really. I shall just keep this on for a minute or two longer. Right, that's your lot.